questions, please.
Bernard, I guess you all know that this is the best rush defense in the nation, much less the MAC.
Yeah, we heard.
Is that as you for a ball carrier going into a game, does that put any extra motivation or want to get it done to you? I know you want to get it done every Saturday regardless, but just speak to that.
I wouldn't say it's any more motivation. Like, we went over it as a team. We are well known that they are the #1 rush defense in the nation right now. So we are just doing regular, like we're just doing our same routine we do every practice, but we have that in the back of our minds that, we need to come out and we need to have a surge off the ball and we need to run the ball how we know how to.
What makes them so tough to run against?
I don't know. It's just that. The game plan is obviously they have a good game plan, and the line is people on the line are actually they're shifty. They're real shifty and they're fast. They do a lot of motion, so it's confusing at times.
You talked a couple weeks ago about maybe thinking that the pain in your ankle might be there all year, but you were going to block it out. Just has it continually improved? Do you still feel it, or how's that going?
It got better. It has got better. I just do therapy every day on it, and it's over time, over the week, it gets better.
Have you guys watched a lot of film on him at this point?
It's just Tuesday, but we're just starting to get into the swing of watching more and more film, putting more hours of film to watch.
Do they bring safeties up a lot too, sports line and all that? Is it more the front seven game?
It's more the front seven. It's more the front seven.
And then what have the back-to-back shutouts meant to you?
We talked about it, and we're real proud of the shutouts because, they're hard to come by in college when you're playing such great competition. But we just move on. It was a great accomplishment, but we just got to look at this week and kind of forget about what happened last week because it doesn't mean anything at this point right now.
Is it something you're kind of aware, 3-4 minutes to go, the last 2 weeks you had the game wrapped up, but is it still kind of important to you guys to keep that 0 on the scoreboard at that point?
Definitely, because we want to have the last play look like the first play of the game, so we just keep working, keep finishing every play, and just, at that point we just really try and get that 0 on the board.
Bernard, last year there were 2 games, I think you had 40 carries, another game where you had 25 to 30. The rhythm that is established when you're doing that is a lot different than when you're on the field for 2 or 3 plays and off again, like this year has been the pattern. Could you talk about that? What do you prefer? Obviously, I guess you prefer to get as many touches as possible, but how about it in terms of adjusting, your mindset to that?
It is different. I'd have to say that when you're in a play or in a series, you want to finish out the series and just keep your momentum going, you have a good drive going, so you just want to keep in the flow of things. But no, as it is a team sport, so it's just like we play tag football. I first down, I switch, first down, switch, and then that's how we get down the field. So I have no problem.
So you don't miss 40 touches a game?
No.
Bernard, how do you think the running game is now as compared to what it could be in terms of, the rush offense? Are you all playing at your maximum, you think, or how much better can you get?
I think there's always room for improvement. I think there is always room for improvement. Right now, we're doing a good job, but there's little minor things that we could adjust to maximize our running game.
Coach was talking about how there's only 12 practices left, and you've got the 3 best teams in your division coming up. Does it feel to you like you're kind of coming down the home stretch here?
Yeah, once it starts getting cold, that's how you know it's coming down the final stretch.
Kevin, this offense, everybody talks about the defense, but like Coach Golden said a few minutes ago, the offense is not too shabby either. Got some good wide receivers, good back, quarterback got some good numbers. Just speak to defending this team, what it's going to take.
They're definitely a very good team, obviously, and it might be the best receiver core we see as a whole unit. And the back end with us, we definitely have to stop their spread style offense, and try and stop the run early, and just try and make them a one-dimensional team and see if we can stop that. But we also want to step up too, because they have the best rush defense and all that, and we try to always, outplay the other team's defense and, just always try to be the best team on the field and help the offense out, get them the ball back.
Bernard, from an offensive standpoint, you all can help the defense by ball control. Do you expect to be more in the passing game this week at all? Just speak to controlling the ball and what it's going to take to do that.
Well, answering your first question, when we sustain big drives, it does get the defense refreshed and it keeps them off the field. But you said passing game?
You expect to be in the passing game more this week?
The backs are always a part of the passing game, but sometimes we just don't get the check down. So if we get looked at, yes, we'll be more part of the passing game. But if not, we stay in block.
How do you think Mike's played in his 2 starts since he's
played good. I think he really did play good. In the last 3 games he's played good. He surprised me how he can perform under pressure even with somebody in his face, since he hasn't really had starts like that since he's been here. So I talked to him about that, and I told him just to keep up the good work, just keep that spot.
Bernard, when you run, it looks like the game slows down a little bit. I mean, in terms of you're a very patient runner, waiting for things to open up in front of you. Is that something that has come naturally to you, or when did you begin to develop that style?
I think I started probably my junior year of high school. I started being more patient because my coach, Rick Bedanjik in high school, he used to play for I think the Cleveland Browns, and he would just told me it's because I used to just run. He just tells us just be patient, just wait till you see stuff open up, it's gonna open up. And so that's when I developed that running style. I think my junior year of high school.
Mm-hmm. So it is something that you consciously trained yourself to
Yes.
do. And do you look at yourself on film? Do you look at it when you look at film of opponents' defenses? Do you look for maybe where they're aggressive at some point at the line of the point of impact, or do you treat every opponent the same?
I watch film and I treat everybody, I wouldn't say differently, but then again, I would not treat them the same. The thing I look at is how aggressive that they flow, from side to side, and that's where usually you find the seams at. Is depending on how the line flows and how the linebackers flow.
Any other questions? Thank you all. Please join us for lunch.